Hi guys, welcome to today's video. I am the Hooded Lid and today we're going to talk about my mirror. We're talking about my mirror because I get a lot of comments about it and some of them are really rude. And I just want to kind of explain it and also say, relax. It's just a mirror. This is my mirror. I've had this for many years, but it's a fine mirror. This is magnified right here. And this side is not magnified. So when I first started my channel, I didn't have tape on this, and I had a different camera as well. And I found that sometimes when I was doing my eye makeup, I would flash the camera. Now the camera is intelligent and it thinks sun is coming into it, and therefore it either widens its aperture or closes the aperture. It's the opposite of what you think it would be. I would think that it would close the aperture so that it lets in less light. But a friend of mine who knows cameras really well, I seem to remember him explaining this to me, or trying to, and it was the opposite. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Somebody did explain it to me in a way that did make sense, but I forgot it. Anyway, the camera responds, and when the camera responds, the whole screen gets darker. And then the screen realizes, oh, it's not sun, it was just a flash, and then it gets lighter again. You can't edit around this because you don't really know what's happening until you put it into your computer and you're like, oh, that's not good. And it looked horrible. It just looked horrible to all of a sudden the screen would go really, really dark, and then it would go back to normal, and it wouldn't necessarily find its white balance. So I decided I need to put some cardboard on this. And then I thought, well, I'd have to tape cardboard. Why don't I just put tape on it? So that's what I did. It's not an old icky mirror. It works perfectly fine. It's just that it's double-sided and it flashes. And I need something that's magnified to put on my makeup because I'm blind as a bat. And I don't wear contact lenses or even have prescription glasses. These are readers because I have never in my life ever had a good prescription from an eye doctor. The last time I saw an eye doctor, I was so proud of myself of being an adult. I got 2 different frames. I was yippee. And I go to pick up my glasses and the doctor says to me, I've only given you half strength because you need such strong glasses, they'll give you a headache. And I remember thinking, wow, don't you think you should discuss this with me before you make that decision? I was really perturbed by it. So I took my glasses and I went home and I opened a book and it didn't help. And that's why I wanted the glasses in the first place. I'm fine driving, walking around, doing everything, but what I'm reading online, magazines, books, whatever, I can't see. And when I'm putting on makeup, I can't see. So those didn't work, never wore them again. I think I still have both of them somewhere. And I go to the readers, but I need something that is magnified. And I need something that is kind of short. And I have a very small table. I have a round table here with, lipsticks and brushes and things I don't ever move. And then I have my laptop right here, and I have another mirror here. Let me show you this other mirror. This mirror is also magnified, but it's way too much. This would give me a headache like nobody's business. But if I put this mirror down here, if this was the mirror I was going to use, it would be in the shot all the time. And I don't have any room to put it where it's outside the shot. So outside the shot, outside, oh, it's on the floor. So I need a mirror that is magnified. It's on one side only, and it's not too tall. And because I have a small table, I don't want a hand mirror because it would be hard to pick up and frankly be hard to put down. Even right now, I'm looking at all this stuff going, oy, oy, I got hardly any clear space. So then I went to a store that I used to shop at all the time, and I stopped shopping, and I'll tell you why. But it's in my neighborhood, and they had a bunch of mirrors, and I'm like, I'm going to get a mirror, a new mirror. I have to adjust this one. So this one I keep over here so I can get an overall sense of what's going on. So I looked at all the mirrors, and there was one that was one-sided and magnified, and it's by Simplehuman. It comes in this case. This is the coolest thing ever. I don't care about this charging it and all that kind of stuff. This is what it looks like. Boom and boom. And I thought, this is great. I put it down on the ground, even though it's taller than this one. I put it on the table, and it's not in the shot. I thought, okay, this is going to work, this is going to work. And I did use this in one of my videos. And I was like, oh my God, this is so, oh wow, magnified. Nobody should see their face like this. Although I have to say the foundation's looking pretty good today. I am wearing the Chanel, whatever this is called, I can't read it. And it's in shade 20, and then just, I did put on concealer, but you can't see it because my under eyes are horrible. But this is the kind of mirror that is so magnified, you are seeing things that you do not want to see. And when you're moving back and forth with the brush, it made me a little seasick, and it gave me a massive headache. Even just now, looking at it for that long, and it wasn't very long, I'm feeling like right behind here inside my head, an ache starting. It's too big. It was my only choice, and I thought this was an 8X, so I thought, well, 10X, what's the difference? It was the only thing there. It's $130 for this. So I took it back, and they told me, we're not doing returns because of COVID. Like, it's a mirror. I've had it for 24 hours. Sorry, I spent thousands of dollars there. No, we can't do it for you, but we have great samples for the next time you come in, because we continued our conversation via email. They checked with management. I actually am not ever going to shop there again, because every single company that I've done business with takes returns except for Viseart during the COVID. And I reached out to Simplehuman, and I explained the situation to them and asked them if they could possibly take a return from a vendor that they've sold to. And they were very kind. They said, we absolutely understand your issue, but unfortunately we cannot take returns from someone else. I totally get it. And they actually offered me a discount on another purchase, but the problem is they don't have anything else that is like this. This in a 5X, I'd be all over it. You guys would be happy. I think 5X, I think this is a 4X. Now that I know it's not an 8X, I think it might be a 4X, and it's just perfect. It makes things a little larger, but it's not like scaring you with the stuff you're seeing on your face, and it doesn't make me get a headache. It's ideal, and that's why I use this mirror. For those of you, it really bugs you, and I've gotten a couple of things from people, it's like, I can't even watch your videos because of your mirror. I think, you know, get a little bit of a sense of humor about life. It's not that bad, for God's sakes. But if it really bothers you, just take this little ruler here, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. So this is about 6 inches. I already put this one away, but let me tell you what this one is. And if you can find a one-sided magnified mirror at 4 or 5 magnification, just let me know, and I will buy it. So this one is about 11 inches, I would say. That's the largest I can go with. And that's it, you guys. That is the story about my mirror, but I want to add something to it. I think that life is imperfect, and I think that people are imperfect. I think everything's imperfect, right? Even the most perfect things, to me, things in nature, are imperfect. And I think it's okay to embrace that, especially here on YouTube. I remember I used to watch Tati all the time, and I started watching her when, I can't remember where she was. She was maybe in one of her, I can't remember, but I watched a lot of her videos in the past, and her videos, her earlier videos, were really more casual. They were in a spare bedroom. You could see bookcases. It was dark. The lighting was a little too hard, and it felt like, well, actually the videos before she got her ring light, even better, but not the ones that she shot in the living room. And it felt like you were hanging out with a girlfriend in their bedroom. talking about makeup. It felt casual and real. And then as she did better and better, she got more equipment and set up a more professional situation. And at the end, it almost felt like I was watching a newscaster. It was very perfect, very professional lighting, very professional camera, very professional. I mean, she built that whole place in her backyard for shooting, and it looked like it. You lost that intimacy, that I'm your friend, let's talk about makeup. And I really, really kind of like that. That to me is maybe too much perfection, maybe so. And this mirror to me is, hey, it's real, man. I'm keeping it real. Now, I want to tell you another little story. I once tiled my bathroom. Not bathroom. Well, I did tile my bathroom, but I also tiled my kitchen. And I was doing the countertops, and I didn't even have a wet saw. I was using something that looks like a paper cutter, and you score. You go back, you put the tile down, and you score like a pizza cutter with this thing, and then it has these things that press down on it, and after you score, you press down and it breaks the tile. And that's how I tiled my countertops. I spent a lot of time making each cut perfect. I laid everything down on a diagonal. I was very careful. I am a Virgo. And then I finally got to the sink area. So the sink was pulled out, but I was doing around that hole, and I was right at the area between the backsplash and the very back behind the faucet. I was exhausted. I was over this project. I cut the piece, I put it in, and as I pressed it in, it cracked. It didn't break, but it cracked. And I thought, oh my God, I cannot. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to leave it. Everything else was perfect, but I knew myself enough to know if I left everything perfect, the minute something happens, and I was using tiles, so something was going to happen, I would be devastated. It's no longer perfect. As opposed to putting this little cracked tile in the corner where the sink is, where no one's going to see it but me, I knew that there was already something there imperfect. So if something happened, when something happened, it wouldn't bother me. And there is, you know, when my mom died, my stepdad sent me this bowl, and I can't remember what it's called, but there's a word for it. It's from an Asian culture. And it is a bowl that had been broken and then put back together with gold. And the idea is what's broken becomes the strongest part, because I don't think there's a stronger metal than gold. I mean, there probably is, but that's the idea. Gold is pretty. So you have a ceramic bowl that's been broken with some gold that is putting it back together as the strongest part. That imperfections and difficulties and challenges can make you stronger if you can meet the challenge. That's what this mirror is, okay? I think it's quirky and odd and real. And I think I'm quirky and odd and real too. So to me, this is kind of who I am. You know, I could put some new tape on here because it is beginning to peel in some areas. But yeah, for those of you who are wondering what it's about and who think it's disgusting, it's not disgusting. You know, get a sense of humor. If you can find one that is no more than 11 inches high with a magnification of 4 or 5 on one side only, that stands like this, let me know and I will look into it. I have looked, I couldn't find anything, and I'm perfectly okay with this, and I want you to just open up your heart, relax a little bit, and enjoy the ride. And that's it for today, my friends. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope that I have clarified my vision, my issues, my head, who I am, what my thoughts are, and I hope you come again. Until we meet again, be safe, be smart, and I'm wishing you good health.